y'all, it's CeCe here, and it's 2014. It's a new year. This is a year of growth and prosperity and joy and love and all that good stuff. Just positive thinking here, you know. And I just want to come and share with you all a little bit of my journey as far as not just hair, but just life in general and where I'm at right now. So, you know, one thing that I think is very important for me anyways is writing down my goals and making it happen and making it plain. So a few months ago, some friend girls and I, we got together and we created vision boards for ourselves. And on our vision boards, we did it in like a year's time. So we kind of made it realistic as to what we think we can do within that 1 year mark. But if you want to go further than that and just put your goals down for life, then hey, do that. But I wanted to make it realistic so I can just work towards that in little increments, you know. So we did just that, and I actually made a vision board back in 2012 for myself, and I still have that vision board, and everything on that vision board has pretty much been checked off, everything. And one thing behind it that really had to help me check it off, and really the only way I could check it off, is if I didn't have any fear behind me. And so that's what I want to talk to you all about today, is fear and not allowing it to hold you back in 2014. So as I was growing up in high school and going to college, you know, everyone had their license, everyone had a car, everyone was driving, blase, whatever. Well, when I was in high school, you know, license and having a car really was not a big deal for me. I was a cheerleader, you know, I was active in school and just, you know, cared about school, but I didn't really care about driving and stuff. But as I went away to college, and then, you know, I seen other people with cars and driving, and then I actually had times where I needed a car, I kind of got a little weary, and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to get my license, you know, maybe I need to get a car, you know. So then I left school and I came back home and I started working full time, and it really got to the point where I really needed my car and a license. Now, there was time in between where I could have tried for my license, but I was afraid. I was afraid of, you know, driving with someone I didn't know. I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid that I wouldn't get my license on the first try. It was a mess. It was pitiful. So, you know, instead of me letting fear continue to hold me back, I decided one day that I need to get my license. It's getting ridiculous. Like, Sierra, you are like almost 22 now, you need to get your license. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to get my license. So what did I do? I started practicing. I started driving with my parents. I got my sisters to drive me around. I went to the DMV. I tried to parallel park. Oh, that is, oh. Anyway, so I tried to parallel park and I practiced, and I just made up my mind that I'm not going to allow fear to continue to hold me back. For all these years, that's exactly what it's been doing. So I'm like, let me just do me and let me get my license. Let me focus on the goal here, and that is getting my license. So I practiced, and then the next morning, well, not the next morning, but one morning I got up and, you know, I'm telling my parents, you know, I'm ready to go get my license. And the first thing they said was, are you sure you're ready? Are you ready? Are you sure? Like, do not try to discourage me. That's one thing that you will notice. If it's something that you're fighting for, if you have a goal, you're going to have people that may try to discourage you. But there are going to be some that may question it, and they may not be meaning to discourage you or anything like that, but they may just question, you know. And don't take it personal, don't get upset, but those are the type of things that you have to block out of your mindset, and you just have to know that it's something that you want to do, and don't allow the fear to hold it back. And that's exactly what I had to do. So I made up in my mind, I'm like, I'm getting this freaking license. I'm not doing this anymore. So my dad took me, and I meet the lady who is going to take me out on the road, and she looked as hard as a rock. Like, she looked like she wasn't gonna play no games with me on this road. So I'm even more terrified, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I had to break the ice. So, you know, I turned around to her and I'm like, hi, how are you? And she's like, oh, hi, how are you? I'm good, da, 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 da. And she was really, really friendly. So I don't know if they pay them to act stuck up and stubborn when they take you on the road, but I don't think that's a good idea. Like, if I'm gonna drive you around, I think you need to make me as comfortable as you can, so that way I'm comfortable and I'm not gonna lose it on this road. Okay, so yeah, so I had to break the ice, and I did just that. And I was very comfortable riding with her until it got to the parallel park. I was a little scared of that, and I finally got in, but I ended up tapping like the front barrel part of it. I tapped it, and yeah, so I kind of knew that was it. I knew I was not going to get my license. I'm like, just let me hurry up and whip up out of here, park this car, and go. And you know, she turned around and said, give yourself a pat on the back, you got your license. And that was one of the best days of my life. That was a moment that I was proud of, and I was so proud of myself. And I walked in the DMV, I was smiling, and my dad was looking like, I know she did not give this girl her license. Yeah, this girl got her license. And that's because I could not allow fear to hold me back. I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, everyone was moving on, everyone was driving, everyone was getting cars and stuff. I couldn't do it anymore. And ever since then, I've been driving. I was 22 at the time, I'm 24 now. And it was, you know, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of me. No one made that decision but me. I had to make that up in my mind. And then I had to get me a car. So I'm like, well, Lord, my parents cannot afford a car for me. Like, I'm not like, what am I gonna do? I need a car. So my sister actually was getting married, and she was moving to Guam with her husband and my niece. Hi, y'all. And she moved to Guam, and I needed a car, and she was actually selling her car because she can't take it to Guam, so she actually sold it to me. So I had to save money and work towards getting the car, and I actually got the car. And I had a car for maybe a year, and then I was able to actually purchase my own car by myself without my parents. You know, they helped me look for a car, but they're nowhere on my paperwork, nothing. Their name is not on there. It's just me, you know. So I'm proud of myself even more that I made that decision for myself, and I was able to make some of the biggest moves in my life. And purchasing a car was something big for me. Like, I'm very proud of myself. I am very, very proud of myself. And so I couldn't let fear continue to hold me back. So those were actually two things on my vision board in 2012. A car and having my license. That was my goal. And I actually marked those off. And I'm doing fairly well now. And so I just want to encourage you all to please, please, please do not let fear hold you back in 2014. Whether it's getting a car, getting your license, whether it's moving to another city, or, you know, you want to get another job, or whatever it may be. Whatever you feel that fear is holding you back, don't allow that to happen. You know, do what you love in 2014. I remember when TD Jake said, and I will link it down below if I can locate it here on YouTube, but I found a video, and it's called Fear is Holding You Back. And that's what he talked about. He talked about fear, how fear can hold you back. And he said, what if you didn't have fear? What would you do in life? If you had no fear, what would you do? And that right there, that's what you need to go for. That's your passion. Whatever you would do with no fear is where your heart is. That's where your purpose is. That's your passion. So just do whatever makes you happy in 2014. Don't live for others. Live for you. You know, this is what we're going to do here on my channel. We're going to be happy. We're going to be loving. We're going to prosper in 2014, you know. So yeah, so I want you guys to just have a great 2014. You know, be safe and just make the right decisions and do it for you, and do not let fear hold you back. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, leave any comments, leave them down below. I'll be happy to get with you all. And thank you so much for tuning in, listening to me. Thank you all for my new subbies. I love y'all. Thank you so much for supporting. We have hit over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all. It's all because of you. And I will see you all in the next video. You have a happy 2014. Bye.